Good afternoon from Sacred Space at Titania's Realm. It's 3:16 p.m. on the 12th of May 2025, Monday. So I thought I would continue reading to you I think it was the first book by Kit Williams called Masquerade, and again showcasing his beautiful jewellery and artworks. It's just astonishing, people of Earth. Exquisite. So I'll just read that back page there, the back of the book there. Oh, there are little brass bells hanging off, little birds and little mouse hanging, and a frog hanging off the rabbit, or I think it's a hare actually, hare of the moon. Somewhere in Great Britain, well out of range of metal detectors, lies buried the extraordinary piece of jewellery pictured above. It was fashioned by Kit Williams out of 18-carat gold and dazzlingly adorned with precious stones: ruby, moonstone, citrines, turquoise, mother of pearl, and a rare compound called faience, used by the ancient Egyptians to grace the pharaohs. The precise location of this buried treasure may be discovered within the pages of Masquerade, which are themselves overflowing with riddles and puzzles the reader will delight in unmasking. Only one other person, whose identity is known to the publisher, was witness to the secret burial, and as the author tantalizingly reveals, the treasure is as likely to be found by a bright child of 10 with an understanding of language, simple mathematics, and astronomy as it is to be found by an Oxford Don. I wonder who found it. Would it have been marvellous if it had indeed been a bright child of 10? But let's have a look at it again. I would love to have been gifted or found that. It's just exquisite. Well, I guess one day, if I acquired a bit more of his marvellous skills, I could make one for myself, something, not to copy him, but something similar. But anyway, this book belongs to Jasmine Aarons. I wonder why she didn't take it with her when she moved out. I did give a lot of books to them some years ago. I don't know, some of them seem to still be here or drifted back to me somehow. I guess meant to be. I bought it for Jasmine in celebration of Crystal's 3rd birthday. So I bought at that same time, 6th of November 1988. We'd only been here since the 1st of August. I bought them because I must have fallen in love with his artwork. I bought this book for Jasmine and the other book for Crystal for her actual birthday present, but I used to try and give them something similar, because they were close in age and I didn't want them to be jealous and feeling left out and all that awfulness. And you know what? Created narcissists and spoiled children. But no regrets. I wanted to spoil them because I too was spoiled with material things during my childhood, amidst all the horrific abuse. I was spoiled lavishly, credit where it's due. I lacked for no material thing. I always had second-hand clothes though, but good quality second-hand clothes on my back. Nothing designer or trendy. It's why to this day I still don't follow trends or designer fashion type things. That's why I was titillated by those Louboutin boots, as if I would pay $8,000 for a pair of boots. But I was a bit titillated, you understand, because like just the thought of the excess of that, not just buying brand new boots, but designer boots, and designer boots costing thousands. That to me would be, oh, a jizzle and a frizzle just in itself alone. I would only ever do that if I won lotto and had millions, you understand. But anyway, I'd lacked for nothing in my childhood. I was always dressed very lovely, very, very lovely. Then my Auntie Lottie in Germany got the idea of sending the most exquisite, tailor-made, exquisite German clothing for me. So I was dressed like a 40-year-old courtesan from the age of 12. It was a bit awkward at times, dressed far beyond my age. And my beautiful American teacher, Mrs. Tester, tried to explain to my mother that because I was dressed so opulently was part of the reason why I was constantly bullied, and she might buy me a pair of dungarees, and my mother had no idea that dungarees were jeans. And anyway, she hated jeans. I wasn't allowed a pair of jeans till I rebelled when I was 16 and bought my own pair of jeans. But she tried to explain to my mother, dress Tanya like the other kids, so she'll fit in. I've never fit in. It's not a question of just what I wear. It's my complex trauma, my intelligence, and my own quirky artistic ways. I've never fit in. I never have. I never will. And sometimes I cry about it, that I constantly get outcast from spaces by jealous faces and losers and tossers and weirdos. But it is what it is. It's a constant refrain, like a seam of gold running through my life, meaning when they outcast me, it's time to move on, find another tribe or another place that vibes with me. And I'm sad about it because I really enjoyed that last art space for 20 months. Really did. It's not to say I won't go back there on occasion, but no one has the right to cast me out, especially when, what did I do, actually, but love and cleave to my truth. So fuck that evil fucking perverted shit. So I may go back, but we all know that, I'll be treated with suspicion and circumspection, like some kind of fucking leper. But, so what else is new? Started in childhood. Doesn't faze me all that much. I'm so used to being othered. I was othered in my Jewish community when I converted too. I was othered. I've been othered in every institution I ever decided to go along and subscribe to or join or become a member of. Or it's shit. It's bullshit, people, but it is what it is. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, spoiling my children. Well, we all, in our childhood deserve to be given nice things. So I had lovely clothes and lovely jewellery, although we lost a lot of it in a big robbery when I was 13. And, I always had plenty of books and toys, and I lacked for nothing during my childhood. It's why my sister said that I had a silver spoon in my mouth, but I really didn't. If I had that silver spoon in my mouth, I must have choked and impacted my bowel with it by now, because I had all my wealth stolen from me by vicious, envious, spiteful people. My own family of origin, by the way. The first time they stole wealth from me, what was that? It was when I was 14, 15 years old. My land in Waiheke Island that my grandfather wanted to leave me and did a gentleman's handshake with my mother. So when we came here to Brisbane, she sold that land out from under me. I didn't receive any money from it. She said, I went into the new house and you will hear it. That was a lie. She knew that was a lie even back then. Vicious it was. So you can appreciate why I get a bit sick of con artists and arseholes and cuntish people, because I've had it up to here my entire life. But let's focus on something lovely, which was buying this book for my little girl, my little baby, who in 1988 was only, she was born in May, 18 months old. And if I had been wealthy and had enough, because I didn't have a lot of money, even though we had a paid-for freehold house, you know, my husband controlled the finances and I was given housekeeping, which was just very meagre pocket money, which I used actually to pay for their private Jewish education. My bit of money that came to me went on that. So, you know, and then I still managed to spoil them quite lavishly, so I don't know how I did it now, actually, looking back on it. Anyway, my little girls, my babies. As I was about to say, if I'd had more money, they would have been even more lavishly spoilt, and they'd all have a home to sit in right now, and would never be poor again, but we were screwed over by veritable demons. There's no other word to describe them. All of them. And but what is money anyway? Just an energy that comes and goes like waves on the sea, am I right? Just an energy. So, talking about energy and money, my silver arrived today. I've been sweating tacks over that. I've been waiting for it for 2 weeks. I started to get worried that it wasn't going to arrive. Anyway, it arrived today. So I can complete that lovely cuff I've been working on. Please God I don't make any more mistakes soldering on the bezel. Get it right this time. Please God. And then I will have completed it, which I will be very excited about, because it was kind of a mission the gods put me on, to just to prove to myself that I could do it. And now that I know I can do it, wow, down the track I could make more and potentially try and sell them again, although I didn't have any luck at selling my jewellery either, so I haven't even bothered to try after all that despondency last year. Yet another fail. It's enough to grind my own gears. But anyway, I've not been well in recent years, most of my life really, but I've not been well with the bladder issues, so I decided not to grind my gears about trying to get to markets and sell my stuff and have all that extra pressure on, because it's too much for me and it's not survivable. It's not survivable. I just have to take life easy and go with the flow and just rejoice in my few successes and my little undertakings, and take delight in what is, and one day the cornucopia of abundance and joy and delight and truest, greatest, honouring, real, authentic love and prosperity and better health might flow down to me, or not, as the case may be. Looking very much like not at the present moment in time with all the recent viciousness, but again, done that rodeo before, it's not new either. So in the meantime, I'll just keep creating lovely jewellery when I have the resources, emotional, mental, physical, spiritual and financial to do so. And this man, this Kit Williams, with his beautiful artworks and jewellery really inspires me. So here he writes, within the pages of this book there is a story told of love, adventures, fortunes lost, and a jewel of solid gold. To solve the hidden riddle, you must use your eyes and find the hair in every picture that may point you to the prize. Just want to look back as to when this book was published. It doesn't actually say. Dear Goddess. On the back. First published 1979. Wow, I was only 14 when he published that book. Yes, that's correct, 14. On the back he wrote, Dear reader, if you were to read this book again, you might discover when and where the hair lost the jewel. If you do, then go and find it and keep it for yourself. But remember, the best of men is only a man at best, and a hair, as everyone knows, is only a hair. Right, my darlings, my beautiful ones, my babies, my angels, my sweethearts, my people of earth. Let's have a bit of fun. I know it's really kind of a children's story, but the artwork's amazing. In each picture in this book, each picture in this book has a hair in it somewhere. Can you find him in this picture? Haha, I already found it. But I probably have practiced, because I used to read this to my children. So I probably remembered vaguely, decades and decades ago. Once upon a perfect night, unclouded and still, there came the face of a pale and beautiful lady. The tresses of her hair reached out to make the constellations, and the dewy vapours of her gown fell soft upon the land. Right, now the edge of this painting says, I am as cold as the earth, as old as earth, and in the earth am I, one of 6 to 8. Can you see the hair? I'll just go close. It's hard to see in the laptop screen, but there's his ears, his body, his cute little nose. And there's all the other little animals, little mice and this lady whom all mortals called the moon danced a merry dance in the pathless sky, for she had fallen in love, and the object of her affection was the sun. Awkward. Although all happiness was in her dance there was also a little sadness. For whenever the dance led her into the same part of the sky as the sun, she seemed to simply fade away, and feared the sun might never notice her. The sun, for his part, and contrary to his appearance, was always sad. The one thing he wished for most was a friend. But when people looked at him, they immediately screwed up their faces and turned away, which made the sun think that he must be terribly ugly. On this night, I'll just have to take that just a moment. Promise them the lovely veil. Hello? No, I am busy on a little making a video, so we'll just leave it for now. I'm satisfied that it's sort of working, and I've got other options. I'll just use Gmail and or webmail. Yes, you can close the case. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Yep. Thank you. Bye. Right, that's done. Kaput. I just said close the case. I just don't want to deal with it. I've got it to work out as good as it's ever going to work, which is not how I wanted it actually. But it's, pardon me, I just use Gmail and webmail, and I'm just annoyed that I can't use it on my phone like I used to. I've been a customer with them since 1994, so and it must be getting old. I get really pissed off when things don't work how they've always worked, and suddenly they change things or there's glitches, and it's not necessarily their fault. It could be glitches with technology, or it could be my own lack of knowledge, but anyway, it's crazy making and I can't deal with the crazy making stuff. I have to minimise the crazy making, otherwise I get very het up. Anyway, where were we? Right. On this night, the lady of the pale complexion resolved to make herself known to the sun by sending him a token of her affection. To this end, she asked the man that plays the music to stop playing for a while. Then she plucked from the sea of clouds a most brilliant rose-coloured moonstone. Must have had a lovely pinky blush to it, because moonstones are usually whitish, not usually rose. But anyway, it must have had a bit of red to it. Next, with a little gold taken from the dawn sky, she cunningly wrought a splendorous jewel that was the perfect mirror of her love. It had about it a beauty more permanent than the soft lip or flashing eye, a beauty that is for ever and mocks time. And this picture is in the frame written, "Dance in time if you like, and join us in our jig." And when you look at it, it's an old man with a hare's ears on his head, sitting, hare's feet as well, playing the violin or the fiddle, sitting on planet Earth. And there's the sun and the moon dancing together, as they kind of do. One goes up, one goes down, one rises when one sets. It's kind of a dance, chasing each other by the tail. Catch me if you can, am I right? And I love how he's done this with the zodiac. There's March, Aries, Taurus. Oh, going the opposite way. Aries, Taurus, Gemini. What do we have here? Cancer, the crab. Leo tucked away behind that man, the sun's ankle. Virgo. Where's Libra? There's Libra holding up the earth. Scorpio. Capricorn. No, that's not right. Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius and Pisces. I was going to say. And then on his the moon's leggings is also the constellations. Look, isn't it just delightful? So much thought he put into it. Sweet. When the work was done and the stone was set, the pale and beautiful lady sent for her special messengers, the frog and the hare because he was as swift as the wind, and the frog for his wisdom as old as the hills. Now they're sending me a text that they were unable to get in touch with me, but I just spoke to them. See what I mean? They don't know what they're doing. Dear goddess. Anyway. Jack, you have to laugh. It's crazy making. But anyway, they've just probably pressed the wrong button, because the internet, the black box, the internet, if you press the wrong button, the wrong button, people of Earth. None of us will ever be here, and it was all an illusion all along. Oh, let's not think about that. I'll have existential angst. I've got to continue on this life of this flesh suit and not think that we're all dead and just living some horrific psychedelic dreaming nightmare from which this dystopian nightmare from which I may never wake up. Am I right? It's not good. It's not good programming. We need to be positive. We have real life and real loves and joy and delight and happiness and the dance through the Sephiroth and music and art and literature and humanness and good sex when you can get it. I haven't indulged in that for many years because I'm waiting for the one. But anyway, you know what I mean. It's like life. Live your best life with harm to none and competition with none. So it is done. Anyway, off I went in that little rantan-tan there. Spell work. It's a constant spell. I keep constantly bubbling like a little eternal fountain cauldron of hope and inspiration and magic and aromatic joy and excitement and wishing and hoping and yearning and what am I? Probably was already dead a long time ago. Like the zombie, like the Cranberries. I love that song. Jack Hare, said she, listen well. I entrust you with this amulet, and you have but one day to deliver it to my lord the sun. Take care, for the way of the little messenger is full of dangers, and yours especially so. Through earth and air and fire and water you must journey until you reach my lord the sun. I want my daughter back. Why? She's only ever mean to me most of the time. I must be a sucker for suffering. But I kind of do wish I could have her back. Maybe both of them back either. Oh, but the little one thought she was too good for me. When you have reached him, show him the jewel and say to him, it will be his if he will only give me the answer to this riddle. I mustn't cry. 50 is my first. Sorry. Don't know what came over me all of a sudden. I was handling life a second ago. Can be a bit like that. 50 is my first, nothing is my second. 5 just makes my third, my fourth a vow is reckoned. Now to find my name, fit my parts together. I die if I get cold, but never fear cold weather. Now be off, Jack, and be quick, and you, Frog, you must follow Jack's fortune and help him when you can. Although his legs like yours are long, his brain is very small, and he may falter in his errand. So here we have a picture of the hare chasing after, sent by the moon, chasing the sun to give the sun his gift. The day begins and the sleepy hours of night are over. I think they're little bluebells, are they not? Sweet little bluebells. Jack set off with a great bound and a purposeful expression, pretending he knew exactly where to go and how to get there. But it wasn't long before he was most terribly lost and just jogged along, muttering to himself, Jack, Jack, do this, do that. It's always old Jack Hare, on the go from dusk till dawn. The harebells always ringing. Is that what they are? Harebells? The flowers? Sorry. No. What am I doing? Is that what they are? Harebells? I don't know. I know. The harebell's always ringing. Jack be quick, and Jack in a box, and Jack be in the cellar. Well, Jack's as good as his mistress, and Jack... Bump! He was so caught up in his own little troubles that he hadn't noticed the penny pockets lady on the road selling her fortunes. Where's your penny, Long-ears? A penny for your fortune. I've no penny, said Jack. No penny, no penny. Then why go bumping into people? Have you no manners? No, yes, I mean, I just want to know which way to the sun. Please? If you've no penny, then you must answer this riddle. I have a little house, its windows number plenty. It's full of flowers that no man picked, and you may have it when it's empty. Jack answered directly, as it was so simple, and licked his lips and whiskers. Now which way to the sun? The lady took her hand from her pocket and pointed up. It's an amazing apron she's got. Let's have a good look. I'll show you in a moment. I'll just read the edging. Choose a number and a colour. Find the pocket. Now pass me by. She's got a little honeycomb with the bees, which was the house that no human ever picked. Look at her pockets. I used to play that when I was a kid. I can't remember how it went now. I used to move it around and try and get things in a certain order or something. I can't even remember. I was never good with numbers. That's probably why I've tuned it out. What else have we got coming out of her pockets? Ribbons and the back end of what looks like a teapot, a little bell. She's even got fish hanging off her blouse. That's a bit fishy. Yes, look, here they are, hanging off her sleeves as well. And little kerchief. What's this? Don't know. Looks like a pencil and a pen or a brush handle. What else has she got going on? Oh, I used to love to blow those when I was a child, didn't you? Little windmill blowing thing. And don't really see those anymore. There's a lot of things from my childhood you don't see anymore. Well, they're too busy being turned into nanobots doing Xbox and Sega Drive or whatever they do now. It's childhood lost. Makes me so sad. Oh, look, under here she's got a pussycat tucked under her skirt, just hiding under there. And I love her sandals, they're very nice too. And the little girl playing gleefully, running along. Oh, look, there's a tiny little sailor toy in there and a little horn. Anyway, It's magical and beautiful and delightful. Jack looked up and was astonished to see far above him a tiny figure moving from cloud to cloud. Just then the being swooped down to hover a few inches above his head. "Good morning. How did you do?" said Jack, remembering his manners but forgetting his grammar. "Hello, my name's Tara. Tara Treetops. Tara's from the Latin, you know. And this is my friend Craw. Isn't he handsome?" "Handsome, handsome, handsome," shrieked Craw, and puffed himself out to show off all his pretty feathers. Picking up my birdies tomorrow. Excited about that. Nasty bird, thought Jack, but didn't say so. What's nasty about puffing at your feathers and calling yourself handsome? It's only repeating what the girl keeps calling him. Birds mimic you, you know. Oh, maybe he was a bit jealous of the bird. Happens, people of Earth. They were looking for lost dreams, said Tara. They're all up there in the clouds, and when the clouds we were looking. We were looking for, where did I get they from? We were looking for lost dreams, said Tara. They're all up there in the clouds, and when the clouds become too full, they fall down again. The nasty ones is hailstorms with thunder, and the nice is gentle rain with rainbows. Most of them are quite boring though, like bishops' dreams of corduroy trousers and bicycles for prime ministers. But sometimes I'm lucky enough to find the feasts of shipwrecked sailors or the palaces of chambermaids. What's your dream? I want to find the sun, said Jack. Very well, said Tara, but first you must hear this riddle. I have a little sister, and in the fields she's seen, dressed in yellow petticoats and a gown of green. She's not a bird and cannot sing, but she can fly without a wing. Now jump with me and you may find the sun behind a cloud. The little hare jumped for all his worth, and up he went over the treetops and over the church steeple and over the clouds. But the higher he got, the smaller the sun became. Elusive, like my one true love. I'm okay with that. It all comes down to fate, my loves. Right, here he is, the crow and the girl dressed like a lovely dandelion, flying above the town. There's those numbers again. He wants you to search or focus on. Oh, we were supposed to be looking for a hare in each picture, weren't we? My goodness, I forgot about that. So I think that's the hare. I thought that was a cat. I think that's meant to be the hare in that picture. And where's the hare in this one? My goodness, I forgot all about that. Well, obviously, like, duh, hello. He's right there, front and centre there. Oh, you can see the frog underneath him. Big golden eyes. Oh, clever. Right, so we found the hair in those ones, but where's the hair in this one? Oh, it's going to drive me mad. It's too much hard work, people are. It's just too hard. Oh! It's probably either really, really obvious, so obvious that I'm missing it, or it's really, really teeny, teeny, tiny. No, I don't see the hair in this one. Is he? No, that's well, I can't with my eyes. I can't see. I wondered if he was hidden away in the dandelion stalk, but no. Well, anyway, we didn't find the hair in this one. I don't remember where it was. I would have known at some stage because I've read this to my children many, many times. It'll come back to me one day. Ah, guess what? It's like, where's Wally? I just found it. Do you want to know where it is? Do you want me to ruin it for you? Because, you know, you might not have this book at home. Told you it'd be either something really big or really teeny tiny. Just popped into my vision just when I was about to give up. You know, like my love life. Right. Jack here, jumps dog, rose blushing, petals tumble upon air in haste to chase. Well, we know where the hair is in this one, don't we? We can't miss it. It's just amazing. Oh, amazing people. Look at this quirky little girl sitting under there. Sweet. Maybe there's another hair hidden, like, you know, Alice obvious hair. Now it's got me thinking. Maybe I need to look further. But we need to continue reading the story, do we not, people of Earth? There's a little mouse. I can see him. And I can see the little girl. And I can see the thorns on the rose. I can see many things. Oh. Anyway, have another good long look at it because it really is a feast for the eyes. A veritable feast, my darlings. Makes Mama T happy. As the hare got close to where the sun ought to be, he heard the most terrible hullabaloo. All the people of Earth had taken kettles and pans and sticks and pots and drums and guns and gongs and were making a fearful din. And this is the reason why. The Lady Moon, disregarding all advice given to her by the other celestial bodies, had disobeyed Newton's universal law of gravitation, and instead of continuing her dance in her prescribed orbit, had stayed behind to watch with anticipation the progress of the little hare. It was in thus doing that the unhappy moon was the instrument of her own undoing. To understand completely, you need to solve this simple riddle. I am the beginning of eternity, followed by half a circle, close on by half a square. Through my fourth, my fifth is seen to be the first in every pair. My sixth begins my seventh, the end of time and space. Now put my parts together to see what's taken place. When the lady realised what she had done and saw the hare falling out of the sky and all the other animals running in terror for their lives, she opened her mouth and screamed, a horrible, silent, ghostly scream. The sort of scream that will turn the milk, sour the cream, blight a crop, and lame a horse as it stands in its stall. All the horrors of the night came forth in this one dreadful scream. I follow you round and round, you follow me round and round. Yes, the Mamati can still do her neck 360 degrees and do the mosh. It's not good to control or tame the Tanya. Cost you a beautiful friendship. Honestly. Anyway, let's have a good long look at that. So it's too quick. Let's not be too quick. There's a wonderful snake falling out of, there's lots of things falling out of her mouth. A snake and, what is that? What is that? An earthworm, very long earthworm, and a bat in the belfry, and what's this? Some kind of beetle and mushroom, slater, a fish. He's obsessed with fish falling out of people's hair or clothing. I find that a bit weird, but there must be a reason why he has that symbolism there. Here's the hair, the beautiful hair. What do we have here? A very large, very exasperated looking rat with a snail on top. And a sweet little robin, I think, robin redbreast. What looks like a mole, I think. It's got a long nose. I think it's a mole. But then that might be a mole. So I don't know what that other one is. What's that one? The pointy nose. Can someone explain it to me, please? I don't know. Getting hot again. Getting very hot. And then he's got her with her hands doing the, I can't do it, the devil's horns. Yeah, she's doing that. See? She's doing that, but upside down. Very cool. Mudras, yoga mudras. Anyway, rock and roll babies. Let the music play and the players play. In happiness and in harmonic resonance with true loves, people that, you know, they have capacity to love back. Let them be happy. Mama T lives her best life. No matter what, no matter who. But it wasn't very kind to try to destroy me the way that did. That was most unkind and most unnecessary, actually. Anyway, it is what it is. The wheel of fortune turns and the gods know best who was meant for me. Treat me with kindness and honour and decency and integrity, and maybe even be a wonderful lover to me one day. It's a fairy tale without end at Titania's well. I could get depressed about it, I frequently do, but I'm old now. It's just another ghastly fucking horror I've had to recalibrate from. Anyway, here's the next picture, but I'll read the story first. That's what I've been doing. Read the story, then show you the pictures, people are there. The sun was gone now. Someone just stepped up behind me. What do you want, Spirit? How may I be of service to you? Honestly. No, that's a lie, and you know that. Don't tell me lies. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Anyway. Oh, strong energy, very strong. Standing strongly behind me. I appreciate your protection and your love and your support, angels. Didn't get it from human beings most of my life, except for one man who was platonic and a wonderful man, actually. Only one has fought to keep me alive through the decades. And we've had some ding-dong blazing rows too, by the way. Mama T doesn't tolerate any naughtiness. Too much went on throughout her childhood. The sun was gone now, and the fingers of shadowy night chilled the air. The shrieking and wailing of the people and the banging of their drums reached a climax. Cold panic gripped the animals, and those that only moments before were the deadliest of enemies ran side by side. The fox and the goose, the owl and the shrew. Maybe that's what that little creature was. But that was on the other page. Well, anyway. The cat and the hound ran round and round and round until they turned into one huge zoological pudding. Even the animals themselves were unable to distinguish one from another. In fact, that's how the animals got their tails, but that's in another story. See if you can count the animals in the picture opposite and give them all names. The answer is at the bottom of the page. Jack's small brain was ill-equipped to deal with such a commotion, and it was as much as he could do to remember who he was, to save him from losing his wits entirely. No, that's a lie, Spirit. I have to laugh every time they do this. Why do you do that? It's ridiculous. A man who loved me would never play cruel, sick, evil, twisted games with my heart and mind. Trust me on that one. To save him from losing his wits entirely, he repeated to himself this, his own little riddle. A hopper of ditches, a cropper of corn, a little brown deer with leathery horn. This went on until, little by little, the sun returned, and the people, realizing that the demon of the night hadn't eaten their son after all, stopped the banging and shouting and went back to work. After carefully disentangling himself from all the other animals, Jack ran off to hide in a tree, just in case it should all happen again. Right, where are we? End to end to end, all animals are equal in a tale of tail to tail. Right, here we have all the animals. Can you recognise all the animals, people of Earth? Hare and cow and goodness me. Dalmatian. I've been owned by 2 Dalmatians. Beautiful dogs, but not very intelligent. Stupid as a stupid does. Oh, awesome. Cat. It's interesting how he's merged them. Ram. Merged them into each other. Honestly, the mind of this man is astonishing. Right, we'll read the riddle answer because we want to know, don't we? There are 12 animals. A cat, a horse, a hog, saddleback of course, a dog, a doe, a cow, a care, a hare, a ham, a ram and a rat. So he's talking about when he's merged the animals, he's actually given them names. Right. Interesting. I didn't see the hog, his saddleback. I did not recognise that as a hog at all. Well, interesting day. Interesting, people of Earth. Interesting. Right, now where were we? Now that the eclipse had passed, Jack decided to continue his journey, but just then he heard the strains of a sad and sorrowful tune. Looking out of the tree in which he was hiding, he saw a curious little man sitting upon a hillock, playing a violin. Jack jumped down. The little man was the oldest, most crinkled creature he had ever seen, except for an aged tortoise in Dudley Zoo. "Good day," said the musician. "I am the man that plays the music that makes the world go round. Can I help you?" Jack related his story and the man stopped the music. "In my opinion," said he, "you require the assistance of the practical man. I am but a poet and a musician. You must go to the town and seek him out. To help you on your way, I shall play the song of the sun. The sun is the eye of the day, and as long as I play this tune, the day's eye cannot close again." The man played the song of the sun so sweetly that it made the happy daisies grow, and with the sound of the song in his ears, Jack set off. But when he got to the town, all the shops were closed on account of it being Wednesday and half-day closing. However, there was one dingy little antique shop that stayed open so as to catch the passing trade. Jack peered in through the window. "Step in," said the proprietor through the glass. "I have many treasures of antiquity that will take your fancy. Or maybe I can show you an heirloom or two. Oh dear, thought Jack, a humorist. Riddle-dee-dee, a rose in May, fiddle-dee-dum, a daisy day. And he's sitting on a giant hog or pig or boar or something of a porcine nature, playing his fiddle, looking wise and bemused and rather bald and aged. Well, it happens to us all eventually, darlings. And what looks like a Japanese maple tree. Very pretty indeed. What else have we got? As he plays, he's dropping little tiny daisies. I found the hare. Several hares. There's a hare, a hare, a hare, a hare, a hare, a hare. In fact, the entire tree is made of little hares. Yes, indeed it is. All along the branches and boughs are hares. I love it a lot. This is why I'm probably never destined to be a human man, because I've kept my childlike sense of magic and audacity that they want to crush and destroy out of me. Oh. Right. I think that one did love me for a while though. He did, in a weird kind of way, if you can call it love. It's more like when you take a butterfly and you try to pull the wings off it, you know, that kind of obsessional control dynamic. Had it well for a long time too. Never saw that coming, to be honest. Not in a million years did I see that coming. Which is why I'm hellishly furious. Not even really with him, but with myself. Fuck me. Now please don't. That's all you've got to offer me. Don't waste my time. I am old. Jack in the green, eyeglass, put in order to pass. Yes, not sure what that's meant to be, but it's in the shape of a, if you look carefully, it's in the shape of a toad or a frog, and the jelly is transparent, and the man reflected in the window. And what is that? Sweet confectionery. I'm looking for the hair. Can't see it. Well, I'll have to ask my daughters if they ever found it, won't I? My goodness. Jack entered the shop. Excuse me, sir, are you the practical man? Practical? On Wednesday afternoons, I could be practically anything. What's up? Jack told of his adventures, about the jump, the sun going out, and the little tortoise-like man. To listen better, the practical man took off his glasses and polished them with a red and white spotted handkerchief. But when it came to the bit about gold, he popped them on his nose. Right, said he, I have the solution. Fetch that eyeglass from the window whilst I collect the few other things we'll need. Moments later, the practical man had collected everything in an old cane-back chair. Picking the whole lot up, he waddled out of the shop. Come, let us take a little stroll, then some tea, and maybe a little something to eat. It's about to rain. I wanted to drop off